what day today is. Today is T-minus 20 and counting. I got 20 days left before I hit the Appalachian Trail. So welcome back to my channel if you've seen it before. We are up in the Belknap Range in New Hampshire outside of Lake Winnipesaukee. Having a nice blustery day, and I find that these days make me wish and hope for warmer times down in Dawsonville to get started on APPALACHIAN. So I wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day, because that's when I'm making this. Hope everybody is getting geared up for, you know, the AT and all the adventures ahead. I've been watching a lot of new YouTubers on the scene, people that have started the Appalachian Trail, and they're already off to a great start. So it's really fun to watch those new videos. If you haven't already, then you might want to check out some of all the new hikers on the AT this year. People who are just starting out, and people who look like pretty good hikers. Some of them started in January, but every day there seems to be a new video out, and I'm really pleased to see that. And follow along as many of those as I can, because I still have to work. Boo. But 20 days from today, I will be starting on APPALACHIAN, or at least I think it's 20 days. March 5th is my start date. And again, I'm Dave. This is my channel, if you haven't already figured it out. But I'm up here with my friend Craig. It's a Wednesday, and for some reason he's always available to hike, which is a blessing to me, because I have obscure times where I start to go for hikes. I'll be out again this weekend, probably up in the Belknap Range again, outside of Winnipesaukee, if you haven't caught that. I live in New Hampshire, and I'm pretty psyched to get started. The trail is, I don't know if you can hear it, it's pretty crusty. We're in our spikes. The temperature today was, I don't know, up here is about 15 degrees, and we got a wind chill probably close to zero if it hits you right. And yeah, so I hope everybody is doing well. I'm going to try to show you a little bit of up here. Just kind of a 360 view. And one thing that I am going to do with this video, it's a one and done, one take video for me, is I am going to use the phone editing software. I'll put a link in the description below if you guys want to check that out. I can't recall what the name of it is, but several YouTubers have mentioned using this software to edit while they're on trail. I know one of them is called CapCut, which I'm not using that one today. And the other one I think is like, I don't know, I'm going to butcher it, but I think it's like Power Director, or I don't know, something Director. But either way, I hope that tip helps you, and I'll be practicing this editing software for this video. A couple things that I've been working on is kind of figuring out my clothing situation, and I found that it's pretty difficult when I have, you know, 15-degree weather here, and I'm in a shell and one layer underneath on my top, but then I look and it's anywhere from 30 to 50 down in Georgia, even up into the 60s right now. It is still 3 weeks away, so hopefully we start to warm up. But I do notice, you know, up at Clingman's Dome, it's still pretty cold up there from what I've seen. They've been getting quite a bit of rain. But again, I'm not there, and I'm wishing them well, but I just have to figure out, oh, that's a better view. You get to see a little bit of the trail behind. yeah, so I've been trying to watch the weather, so that will get me kind of clothing ready. One person on my on one of my previous videos had mentioned that they thought I had too much clothing in my lighter pack list. So I've been swapping things out and, you know, kind of trying to figure things out. But one thing I'm gonna do, one thing was I'm gonna actually bring toe socks. I do have some Injinji liners, which I had shown in a video, but I also, here's a nice view, kind of looking over the lakes. Lake Winnipesaukee is down there somewhere. Ooh, what was I saying? Oh, I have some Injinji liners, and they're tall, thin liners, and I realized I could just bring Injinji socks, the shorts, the little ankle ones, and I would end up getting two bang for my buck, so I could hike in the short ones or add the wool layer, you know, from my darn tough wool layer. So trying to figure that out, go as streamlined as I can, but I know with a lot of the rain that they've been getting, at least that's kind of what I've been seeing, that I would think that actually 2 darn tough pairs of socks and then 2 of those short Injinji liners should do the trick, you know, with other bandages and little KT tape and band-aids and stuff to keep my feet protected and whatnot. I think that would do the trick. So that's one thing I've been thinking of. The next thing is always the food. If you have been following for a little bit of time, I am hiking using a carnivore diet. I'm calling it more of an animal-based diet because I will be eating, you know, dairy, meat, you know, the cheese, which is dairy, eggs, and then any type of meat that I find. Not on the trail, no squirrels, no chipmunks. I don't believe I'm going to have to eat those. And people, you know, have been commenting and, you know, how impractical it is. And, you know, it may be. But I've been eating this way for about 9 months. And like they say, you got to hike your own hike. And the carnivore diet or an animal-based keto diet has been good to me as far as energy levels. Hiking, you know, very well on these diets, and I know that there are arguments for and against, you know, the carnivore diet, and I have been trying to pay attention to that. I'm looking at it from a health standpoint also. The thing that I don't know if I had mentioned, I'd gotten really out of shape, probably 50 pounds heavier than I am now, and I got a blood clot. And then a few years later, got another blood clot. So I'm on blood thinners, and I found that eating the way that I was eating was just non-sustainable as far as a lifestyle, because it was killing me. I was eating all sorts of processed foods, and I've eliminated most of those. I do eat processed meats, and that's the reason why I'm eating those on the trail. If you follow me, it's because that's what's going to be more available. I would love to eat, you know, fresh cuts of meat all the time, but you can't always do that when you're on the trail. I'm not going to carry, you know, a steak for 3 days in my backpack, or a chicken. I might end up leaving town carrying a chicken and eating it, you know, day one or whatnot. But yeah, so that'll be fun. And I'll be eating cheese, and I do have kind of I don't know if it's an allergy as much as it is a sensitivity to you know, to the dairy. I get a kind of a runny nose, kind of stuffed up nose sometimes from the dairy products, but I'll keep them on the list and see how it goes. I will continue to play around with that, and then, I mean, who knows what happens on the trail. I mean, I might throw half of this out the window and then just eat, you know, beef jerky every day for 6 months. That was a joke. Hopefully I don't have to do that. But I do have, you know, some other ideas as well. So another point, the final point is I've been kind of gathering the troops, so to speak, over the last, you know, year. As I planned, several people, you know, that I've come in contact with have, you know, wanted to do some of the adventure with me. And I'm sure that, you know, a lot of people who, you know, who through hikers meet, they, you know, they all have these dreams of someday hiking, you know, the AT or sections. So I've been in contact, or actually working with some friends who may be doing some small sections with me, and that's been a lot of fun. So it's a good way for me to share my journey and to share, you know, this epic adventure, but, you know, so that they can benefit from it. And as I get prepared, they're learning from me, and you know, and it's just a fun way to share this, because, like I said, not everybody can go away for 6 months, or hopefully 5 months for me. But that's kind of the fun, where, you know, we become, I guess, eventually, when I get on the trail, I know I'm not on there yet, we'll become ambassadors for the trail and try to protect it and preserve it for, you know, for other people. I continue to, you know, just work on those relationships. I have, you know, several people, and I just pencil them in. I say, hey, when I get to this area, I'm gonna call you. I actually had a college friend contact me. He lives up in Vermont, and he wants to go hiking with me. And then I have another college roommate is going to actually pick me up on the trail one of the days and drive me home when I get closer, so I can go to my son's graduation. And then a third college friend wants to you know, share some time on the trail when I get to Connecticut. So I got Connecticut, Mass, and Vermont. 3 old college friends who have reached out and said, hey, you know, contact me when you get close. And that's kind of fun. You know, my wife, she'll be coming out hopefully to visit me, I think in Virginia, because what do they say? Virginia's for lovers, right? And she and I have been together for, well, almost 27 years, so that'll be fun, sharing like Shenandoah Valley with her, and hopefully, you know, others. I have one of my big hiking buddies who I've been hiking with for several years, probably 15, 20 years. He's just bought a whole bunch of equipment, and he might be meeting me in the Smokies, and, you know, Fontana Dam up over the Smokies, because he's done pretty much everything in the White Mountains. He might as well spend some time in the Smokies. So he's another one, and then all my other hiking friends and guys that I've been hiking with for several years will be out on the trail with me. The final one is I have some friends who are RVing right now, and they're going to be out there. So that's kind of a long-winded, you know, way of saying that I've got some friends that are coming, and I'm looking at it as I want to share this adventure with people, you know, through my YouTube channel. And mostly it's, you know, so many times people have these bucket list items and they never get to them. So I want to share with them, and you know, get them, you know, checking off some bucket list items, and partly what my channel is all about anyhow. So I'm going to be closing up. I'm going to yell up to Craig. He's going to wave, and then we'll close it out. Hey, Craig, can you wave to people? Where are you? I can't see you. Are you back there?
I'm there.
All right. All right, everybody. See you in 20 days, if not sooner.